Hello, third graders. I did not get to video at school, so I'm having to make the video from home. This is page 306, 307. So you have a soccer field on the top of 306. So you're going to notice that your soccer field has a length and a width. Your length is your longest side, and you see that the longest side is 60 yards, and your width is the shortest side, and you see that your shortest side is 40. Okay, letter A at the bottom says how many sides does the soccer field have? All right, well, let's go around and count our sides. It's a rectangle, so how many sides should a rectangle have? Yes, 4 sides. So letter A should be 4. Letter B asks how many long sides are there? So remember, on a rectangle, you have how many sides that are long? 2 long sides. So letter B should be the number 2. Letter C says, how long are the long sides? Well, find your longest sides. There are 2 of them. How long are they? 60 yards. Let's make sure today that we are putting our labels on our numbers when it needs them. So the length of those longest sides are 60, and we are measuring in yards. Letter C says how many short sides are there? So if there are 2 long sides, then we know you have to have 2 short sides. And what is the measurement of those 2 short sides? 40 yards. 40 yards. Make sure you label yards. All right, letter D asks, explain how you could use these numbers to figure out how far Claire ran. Okay, so let's go back up. It said Claire ran along the edges. So she's not running inside the soccer field. She's going around the edges, which means she's going around the whole entire field. So if I wanted to find out how far she ran, I'm going to need to do the same thing that she did. I'm going to need to start and go around all 4 sides. So to do that, I'm going to add up all 4 sides. So 60 plus 40 is 100. And then 60 plus 40 again will give me 200. So we are adding up all of the sides. It says you need to add the lengths of all 4 sides. So we're adding all 4 sides together. So that's 60 plus 40 plus 60 plus 40. Let's go ahead and put what it equals. So let's add to this answer. Let's add equal 200, because we know 60 and 40 is 100, and we need to do that twice, and 200s make 200 yards. Now we don't square yards because we're not counting squares. We didn't cover up our shape, we walked around it. So what is walking around a shape? Y'all remember what we call that? Perimeter. And right up here in your title, you'll see perimeter. So when we're walking around, we're doing perimeter. All right, let's go across to page 307. Again, they're showing you perimeter. Let's take our pencil and underline. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. There's your definition for perimeter. And again, they're showing you, and there's our answer, 200. The perimeter of the soccer field is 200 yards. Richard wants to put a fence around his backyard. Does he need to find the area or the perimeter of his backyard? So let's sing our song. Perimeter is the fence that goes all around. So there you go. A fence around, we need perimeter. So our first answer on number 1 should be perimeter. And it's right here in dark black print, so let's spell perimeter correctly. Second part, what measurements does he need to do to figure out how much fence he needs to do? Well, you got to go all the way around his yard, so he will need to measure all the way around his yard. So there's what my book says. He needs to find perimeter. He needs to figure out the length of each side of his backyard and then add the lengths together. So remember our song, perimeter is the fence that goes all around. To get the perimeter, we add all the sides. So this is a review on perimeter. Okay, now that we have finished our blue pages, you're going to tear out your red page 321 and 322 and complete those to turn into me.